Yeah, we fly just like rockets in the sky. Yeah, we fly just like rockets in the sky. We take off, we blast off, we stay up, we lift off, we too high, can't catch up, we too high, can't catch up. Yeah, we fly.
Yo, everyone, welcome to the Horse's Mouth Podcast. I'm joined once again by my guest, Ryan Anthony, and we're going to be talking about a lot of the BS going on in the sports world. About my man, Shannon Sharpe. I ain't got the muscles like you, bro. But, yeah, we in here. I wore my NCAA football jersey. You know what I'm saying? I had to, since we talk about football, niggas, I had to go ahead and get right. And
I feel that. It's only right. It's only right.
Right. Speaking of which, before we get into it, I'm gonna let y'all know about the Horse's Mouth. Everything is raw, real, authentic, and non-edited. We don't save it for nobody.
Mm-hmm.
There's a suicide helpline in North Carolina you can look up. All right.
Talk to him. Let's
get into the meat, bro. This has been crazy, bro. First off, I'm gonna bring up the people to the stage. You know what I'm saying? The people we got Shannon Sharpe and Gabrielle Zuniga. I don't know how to pronounce it. So
whatever. Y'all know what we're talking about.
But yeah, bro, like straight up, like this has been one of the biggest story going around in sports. I believe that the lawsuit was filed I want to say last week.
Ooh, that was quick. I
want to say the first lawsuit was filed last week. Between him and her. Well, actually, no, I lied. When I did my homework, Ryan, I found out that actually the lawsuit has been made public last week, but it was once private. And she actually made it public because of reasons we'll actually find out when we go through the vids. But yeah, man, before we even get started, I'm gonna go ahead and give my did he do it, and then I'm gonna ask you to did he do it. Shannon, as much as I love you, bro, you did it, and it's okay, bro. She fine, it's okay. But what's not okay is falling in love with a prostitute, gang. That's just not it, bro. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I feel like a man's biggest weakness is a beautiful woman. My dad used to tell me all the time, the best way to avoid problems with women is to just not be there. You in a relationship with somebody and you about to cheat, best thing for you to do is not be there. If you out here, you know, doing what Shannon Sharpe doing, best thing for you is to just not be there. And so I think, honestly, like when we get down to talking this, we're going to find out more about what, you know, Shannon did and etc. But, bro, there's nothing wrong with what you did unless you actually raped her. Now, if you never raped her, there's nothing wrong with what you did. But if you actually raped her, there is an issue. But that also goes to show you why you shouldn't be messing with girls 26, 27, 28 years younger than you. Like, straight up. Because you don't know the ambition, bro. You don't know the ambition, bro. I saw a video where Steph Curry had shot a 3, and then like they kind of zoomed in on a girl who was watching Steph Curry shoot. Her mouth drooling. She can't wait to be with, she, you know, sexually excited about Steph. She don't care he got a wife. She don't care he got a family. Shannon, this shorty don't care you got a grandma, you got a mother, you got family that you try to protect. These shorties don't care about that, bro. When they see you, they see dollar sign. They don't even see the sex. They see dollar sign. Now, granted, I'm not going to rip into you too much because I said, you know, I was going to let Ryan get his did he do it out, then we're going to go ahead and watch some videos and shit, you know, break this thing down. But, Shannon, you got to be more careful, bro. The internet has what they call a digital footprint. And I know you old, bro. But that digital footprint going to follow you for the rest of your life. And you got too much at stake, $100 million to be exact. You got too much at stake, okay, to be out here losing it all over, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you, she fine, but over a 22-year-old, gang. But anyway, Ryan, did he do it?
Oh, this is a tough one. And I know what I know what I believe or what my answer is, but I think a lot of the people watching this ain't gonna really agree with me.
Okay.
I'm leaning more on the side of that he didn't. He didn't.
Okay.
Because it's just crazy how he said they've been dealing with each other for some years now or whatever. It's like or whatnot. And it always happened. And I'm not that guy. I want to be that guy, that conspiracy type guy. It's always when, and I definitely don't want to be this guy. It always seems like when a black person like really about to come up in the world, like I'm talking about, they done grinded in whatever field that they're doing, and they finally it's about to pay off. Boom, we get pushed to the moon at this point.
Yeah.
But whatever. It's always, I don't want to say something comes and just tries to beat you right back down. And I can understand if Shay and this woman were like, they just met and, I can believe I would be a little bit going towards the other way. But these two people have been dealing with each other for some years now. And granted, where were like the like what were you saying earlier? Was there any like criminal charges filed, or it was just like it's just lawsuit type deal or whatever?
It's a money grab.
And it's like when it happened, and if it did happen, that shouldn't have happened, and you've been sexually assaulted, and go the route of like pressing charges and stuff like that and getting this man in jail so this won't happen again.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It eerily reminds me of the Kobe lawsuit years ago. But way back when I think that was happening when I was in middle school or whatever. It just, they settle out of court for X amount of millions of dollars or whatever. And nothing, she went ghost. She went that shorty like went. She was not seen. I don't think she's been seen in the naked eye or whatever. I don't think people even remember her name unless they got to Google it.
Yeah.
But so I believe like this is just, it might be mostly a money grab. Even if it did happen, like again, like I say, that is wrong. And whoever has happened to in the past, you need to get your justice. You need to take that person, like get that person for every inch of whatever you need out of to get your justice. Even if it was true. Like Shay said, why you didn't play the rest of the video? Why you just play this? How many seconds was it? 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Why you didn't play the rest of it, the other 3 or 4 or 5 minutes that Shannon was talking about?
Yeah.
We got this side. Was Shannon Sharpe side or whatever. And he was adamant about that. I want to see the rest of the video, man, for real. I want to see what to really, because right now is like, I got a little 10-second clip of, of her telling her spiel.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And I can't really go and just be honest, just by history, both sides, whatever race it is or whatever, if they see a powerful man or whatever, and things don't work out the way, well, most women don't work out the way it's supposed to, they'll start, they go start telling lies. There's so many. I remember there was one case years ago where shorty said that this particular teenager at the time had all football scholarship honors and stuff and everything. He was going to sign, so he had his choice to sign anywhere in the country. He was going there and on his way to the NFL.
Yeah,
shorty didn't like how the situation ended, where she probably won in a relationship or whatever. She hollered rape. Man sat in prison for, I think, 4 or 5 years. And then after that, she admitted that she lied or whatever.
Yeah,
are we going to get another situation like this? What I'm saying is, we seen and heard these stories for years. Like I said, I want to see what the end of that video is like.
I mean,
I want to see
I'm
the
gonna
rest of the video.
keep it 4,000, and before I even say what I'm about to keep 4,000, I'm gonna look in the camera and say, hey, just because a man settles outside of court does not mean he did it. All right, let's just keep that a 4,000% fact. If a man settles outside of court, that does not mean he did it. Okay, it could mean he just don't feel like dealing with it. Okay, it might be easier to pay away the problem than it is to go through the problem. Okay?
Yep.
So let's just keep. I'm gonna put that 4,000% out there. And then the second thing I'm gonna say, what I want to keep it a buck about is kind of going back to what you said, Ryan. And then it also goes into why I think he did it, though. Right? Like,
okay.
When you take into account how long they known each other, she known him. We don't let the videos and stuff tell as much information as possible, but she's known him since she was 19 years old. She's 22 now. Okay. Shannon Sharpe's age. How old is Shannon? He got to be like 55.
Shannon old, and Shannon old as shit. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he definitely old. He got to by at least 30 years. He was born in 1968. Okay?
That's too young, Shannon. That's too young,
bro.
Too young.
That's too young, bro. And when you dealing with something like that, you've been dealing with a girlfriend, because I believe it said that they met when they was at a gym in Los Angeles or something like that. He got hooked onto the OnlyFans, started following up, blah, blah, blah. The thing is, though, Shannon, and this is why I said I feel like I know you did. Men follow up after they imagine what they can do with it. Right? So, like, when I look at this shorty right here, she's attractive, blah, 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 and etc. I would love to have a good time with that shorty. And before I do, I will see it in my brain what I'm going to do to her before I even engage with her.
Right.
Shannon met the girl at the gym, found out her age and stuff at the gym. Then he followed her on OnlyFans to see what it was like. He actually took the steps to buy content to see what it would be like. So now we got the whole, I'm imagining what I'm going to do when I get with her, cooking in the brain.
Yeah.
Then you get with her and you do everything you're supposed to do. With a young shorty at that, somebody who's really young, coming from the generation, like I said, even when I was coming at Mr. Belk, we expose stuff. This is the generation right here. We expose everything. And so since we got to take that into account, it's more or less like the fact that you followed this young girl for 3 years, dated this young girl for 3 years, been having sex with this young girl for 3 years, and she's a sex worker. And like I think before we even got into the video, I've never met a sex worker that lied.
True.
Like, for no reason. They having sex every day for money, bro. They have no pride. They have no reason to lie at all. You know what I'm saying? So I've never met a sex worker, and it's crazy because I bet a lot of people watching this, oh my gosh, Pastor Lou's grandsons met sex workers? Okay, right. Jesus met prostitutes, and Jesus sat with tax collectors and murderers and thieves. So when you meet people, you meet people. I have met sex workers, okay? If you have an OnlyFans and you're putting sexual content, now not everybody that has an OnlyFans isn't a sex worker. Some people put like cooking and working out videos,
and knitting and working, like you said, working out, stuff like that,
hobbies, etc. But if you are using it to promote sex work, then that means you're a sex worker. And so in my head, right, like when I think about it thoroughly, I don't see myself chasing no sex worker. Nah. Then again, I'm 26 years old. I don't see you chasing no sex worker, but you in your 30s, gang. You feel what I'm saying? This man is almost 60 years old, bro, with no woman. He got kids with other women, but he in that house by himself.
Yeah.
He gonna chase some cat. That he got money, he famous, and he lonely. All three of those equations to a sex worker means he gonna chase. And it's that plain and simple. Now, we will go ahead and get into some of these videos, but before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the guy that's actually representing Miss Zuniga, and that's Mr. Tony Busby. Now, most people don't know who Tony Busby is. He is a guy that ran for Houston. He ran for mayor in Houston a while ago. I want to say in what year did he run for mayor in Houston? 2019. He lost. A few years later, he ended up coming to fame because he filed a lawsuit, a $750 million lawsuit against Travis Scott over what happened at Astroworld.
Wow. Okay.
That's how he ended up becoming the big guy that he is now, Mr. Busby. He also had sued Jay-Z and Diddy for having sexual relations with minors. Now, neither of the guys have proven for it to be true, meaning that Jay-Z has emphatically denied. I mean, honestly, to a point to where he sued Mr. Busby himself for defamation. So, because I don't know all the details of that, I'm not going to go into that. But I'm just saying, now Diddy, we don't know what's going on with Diddy. But Jay-Z definitely denied countersuit.
You got to call Lonnie on that point. He know about all the ins and outs of he was there.
Lonnie had a room in Diddy house. But anyway, no, we playing. But yeah, so Mr. Busby, famous lawyer out of Houston, known for taking celebrities to trial. Now, one thing we can say is this, right? And this is why I also think Shannon Sharpe has done it.
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Busby took all of those, he took 24 out of 27 women and filed a lawsuit against Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson was apparently sexually mishandling his massages.
Right.
They settled 24 out of 27 cases. So
that's crazy,
right? Now, granted, this is where we have success and we have unsuccess, right? We have success, Travis Scott. We have success at Deshaun Watson. We don't know what's going to happen with Diddy, but we ain't get success from Jay-Z, which to me sound like we 3-1-1.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if we 3-1-1, that means this is the type of dude that ain't gonna take you to court unless he really got some evidence to say you did that shit.
Yep.
Straight up. Like, I just don't see, but like I said, we're gonna get into the meat. I just don't see him straight up taking Shannon Sharpe to court, open court for $50 million, because that's what it's been risen up to now, $50 million. And he don't think that, obviously, like, I don't think it's a money grab for him. I think he really believes Shannon did something. And so that's why I'm just like, man, it's hard for me. You know what I mean? And plus, Monique used to tell Shannon, you gotta leave these girls alone, man.
It's different now.
Hold on. Let me get Monique on the stage. She can talk. She can pop her stuff, man. Because
for real. Monique told me
this stuff isn't playing.
Baby, I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
You tried to say what you tried to say.
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at you.
Hold on. I gotta add it back in. Hold on. I'm gonna re-add it back in. We gotta see what they talking about now.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's what so ironic they was talking about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's crazy how, you know, like when the Bible say what's done in the dark be brought in the light.
On the light, yep.
Yeah. Okay, so when Shannon Sharpe did the Cat Williams interview, one of the things that Cat Williams said was that there's going to be a lot of celebrities that's going to end up getting exposed for messing with these little girls.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, she is legal age, but he was messing with her fresh out of high school. But I'm going to leave it at that. Because when you're 19, I know when I was 19, I was fresh out of high school. Like, I'm talking about, like, straight up. So, I ain't gonna and like I said, Shannon, you my aunt, bro. Like, I love you, bro. I hope none of this, I hope you defeat all of this and none of it is true. I honestly do. I said that to Ryan before the show even started. I'm on Team Shannon.
Yeah.
But more than I'm on Team Shannon, I'm on Team Fact. And fact is, there's been a lot of celebrities, not just including Shannon Sharpe, that's been exposed recently for messing with these young little girls.
If a group of women were in here and it's like, come on. They talk to us. How this dating thing? Because it's Mo is different now than when you and I.
It's different, baby. I'm grateful I'm not 56 and trying.
What you trying to say? What you trying to say? Mo?
I'm looking right at you.
I know you looking at me.
I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Damn. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you. You want some money to go to Starbucks? Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on.
Hey, yo, hold on, bro. She ain't just said what I thought she said, bro. She's hilarious. I'm not going to hold you.
She's always been hilarious.
Yeah, when it's time for that 4th round, you ain't going to be able to make it to the track meet, buddy.
Do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you. You want some money to go to Starbucks? Because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's going to say, hold on. Hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's going to get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he was doing, I was
with some toast with the apple butter on it. Yo, she low-key named it. Look, that I guarantee you that's one of Shannon's favorite meals too.
Yeah.
He from the south side of Georgia, the country part of Georgia too, boy. I'm talking about my man.
Don't be scared.
He ain't even showered till he was 21 years old. So I know he like that egg and cheese with the country toast. I know he do.
Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal. She'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora. Now, when you know somebody named Elladora, she's old school. Mm-hmm. Now, Miss Elladora told me to tell you. She said, I think he like red velvet.
Oh, I do.
I say, Miss Elladora, if he do like that, she said, you let him know I got something for him.
Yeah, I like.
And she don't have no teeth. Come on, pick your glass up and clank. Come on now, these young gals will bite you. Okay.
Right.
Okay, I guess I got to come on home.
She keeping it a 4,000.
When she said them young girls will bite you, she ain't lying. She is not lying, man, or whatever. Because I be seeing how these young girls be doing these old men. I be like, God damn, you getting put through the ringer,
bro. And the sad part is, and this is what I tell young girls, because like I said, my ex, I'm not even gonna name her name, but my ex has an older dude that takes her out on dates and blah, 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 and just throws money at her.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Just throws money at her. And I'm like, I'm glad you're enjoying that experience. Right. But you're playing with fire.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because, number one, if he's going out his way to mess with you, there's an expectation that comes from that.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, what's wrong with these young shorties, which was not wrong with Gabriella, clearly, because she had no problem meeting expectations. Mm-hmm. But a lot of y'all old girls want the old man money, but won't get an old man no cootie cat.
Hello.
Hey, I'm just trying to. And then you end up getting, because there's a lot of cases where young girls get smacked up and backed up and all types of stuff from these older dudes.
Yeah, because you got
$1,000. They done paid for the meal. They done paid the rent a couple times. Now I'm ready to get big. I'm ready to be old perm big nasty on you, and you trying to tell me that's not what you owe? Nah.
I mean, that's just how it was. I realized what I be telling most younger women or whatever that I work with and stuff and everything, and I'm like, yo, he came from a whole different generation.
Facts.
Whole different generation where if a woman, I hate to say it, but when a woman got out of line, bitch,
I put that hand on her.
Like the fuck. What you mean? You done paid the rent? I done paid the little phone bill. I done paid for little junior daycare and football practice and stuff and everything. I done took you here. I done bought you Gucci, Prada, all this, the whole department store. I ran up $20,000 last week on you.
Come on. And
when we finally winded down, we to ourselves, keep your junior not crying or whatever, he not around. You ain't trying to give it up.
You're not. And
I always tell them it's gonna be a time there's gonna come a time where he gonna want some. He gonna want some. That old head gonna want some or whatever.
Yep.
However long, the 2 hours, the 22 seconds, he gonna want something. For real.
Y'all see this?
Yeah.
She fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the devil, bro. That's the devil, bro. The Bible says that the devil comes in as an angel of light. He fine. The devil is beautiful. He's a wonderful creation. That thing right there is beautiful. It's a wonderful creation. But then what Monique said, you messing with them young girls, you're going to get bit.
Thank you.
You're going to get bit. Greatest thing that the devil ever did was make people think he don't exist. So if you messing with the devil, you on his playground. Now, I ain't gonna keep showing this picture because I mean her booty out.
I know that booty. That
booty crazy.
But anyway, you feel like the shorty from Columbia
in the gym working out. I work out all the time, booty. But what I'm saying is, to go back to my point. If that's the road you gonna take, you have to take it with the intention of knowing that you will get bit. And that's what's wrong with Shannon. It's like when I watched the old Bahamian video, right? Like when I was growing up, and it was a few Bahamian dudes talking to like one of the youngins on the street and was teaching them how to cheat. They was teaching them how to cheat on their wife, right? They gave rules. Say rule number 1, say never exchange phone numbers, never exchange text messages or none of that, like with a girl you cheat with. Right. Rule number 2, if she too fine and too out your league age-wise, leave her alone, because your generation thinking and her generation thinking is more than likely totally different.
Yeah, totally different.
And a maybe from her might be a no later. So you just never know. And then the third thing that he said, the third, in which to me was the most important point, and it kind of refers to this: don't give the girl you trying to cheat with money, because it's always going to give her an ambition or a reason to spin the block back.
Yep. And she might spin the block back at the most worst time.
Bro, at
the worst time. Like it can be the worst time ever, or whatever. You've been probably denying her or whatever. Like, all right, I'll call you back later. Not talking to her. Shoot, I done seen girls pull up on dudes, family reunion, wedding, and school, job, and it never ends well. Yeah, never ends well.
Look, bro, I've seen my own share of scandals growing up in the church and being in PWIs. In fact, one day I'm going to tell the story of how I actually got accused of sexual harassment and sexual assault, and I beat my cases. Mm-hmm. So because, but here's the, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get a little bit into it, then I'll probably save it for another video. The difference between me and Shannon, though, is that there is no physical evidence, no video of me doing anything at all. The only evidence that they could say was that I knew the girl because I actually went to class with her. But outside of that, you ain't never seen me around her. That she ain't had no witnesses. It was just some he say, she say. And that's why I say when there's smoke, there's fire, because I've been through it. I know what it's like to be accused. I know what it's like to have your name dragged through the... Bro, I was the biggest op at Montreat. They changed the rules because of me. They changed the rules in the Davis dorm because of me. That's how bad I like, bro. Like, and I need to bring my boy Kari on here one day and he could talk about it. Montreat, we was running that job. We was running that job.
Man, out there in the mountains being menaces.
Bro, being menaces. I'm talking about straight up being menaces. Bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, I remember, and this is small stuff because we won't go to the next video because I want these two dudes to talk about their situation. I remember freshman year, I ain't even got no girlfriend yet. None of that. This the second day of college. We in IS. We're supposed to introduce ourselves. We introducing ourselves. I get up on the little phone in front of the little class with a little microphone or whatever, introduce myself, blah, blah, blah. It's already jitters from the shorties. Because I'm black and I'm in a PWI in the mountains.
Yeah.
So the little white girls over here, they already know what they, just like how men imagine what they gonna do. I could only imagine what they was thinking, what they was trying to do to me.
Right,
So
I'm gonna do everything. You just fresh meat. You was fresh meat.
bro, my first girlfriend at Montreat was a senior at Montreat. So it was like that, but that goes to my whole point as to where, like I said, there's smoke, there's fire. And
Yeah.
Shannon Sharpe, you should have left them little girls alone. Monique tried to warn you. She tried to, but you didn't listen. Now let's talk about the case.
Supporters and colleagues, I want to
see what Shannon has to say about the case real quick. Before I even get into what Shannon had to say, let me bring up some of these crazy text messages. Because a lot of people want to know why he would even apologize in the first place.
Right.
I'm going to bring up. All right, so I think this is the one that comes first. All right, so this is the history behind the situation. All right, so the pair apparently ran into problems. Oh, and before I even keep reading, shout out to Club Shay for the content. That's Club Shay content in the volume. I do not own any of the videos that I'm playing. That right there was Club Shay. Okay, now back to the article. The pair appeared to run into problems when Sharpe was heard apparently having sex on Instagram Live in 2024. So, not only was you in a full-blown relationship with a prostitute, you cheated on her, and then it got leaked. See, this is why I say, Ryan, this is why I believe her, because ain't nothing like a woman scorned, bro. Ain't no wrath like a woman scorned, bro. She out here texting you, DMing you, sending you custom videos, got a whole relationship with you, you taking her out, blah, blah, blah. Then you go ahead and drop the sex tape. Now, granted, the reason why I say drop is because I believe Shannon Sharpe leaked his own sex tape.
Yeah,
I don't believe that he didn't know what he was doing and blah, blah. Nah, bro, you had them gay rumors swirling around you, and you had a whole bunch of other stuff going on with your manlyhood, so you decided to let the world know you be stroking. But when you did that, you apparently pissed this little girl off. It says, in a series of alleged messages on December 26th, oh, dang, that's Christmas, she demanded a formal apology and continued to ask Sharpe for one before Sharpe wrote at one point, "I've already apologized. Stop playing these childish games." Okay, so apologizing clearly shows that he was actually in a relationship with this little girl.
Wait, so is this? Let me ask you this: the shorty that's doing the lawsuit and the girl that was on the one that was on the live, are they the same woman?
No, two different women. That's why it says that the pair started running into problems after Sharpe leaked the darn tape. So that's why I said ain't no reason to apologize to a shorty you ain't in no relationship with. That's how I know he did it. Because listen, he says, I already apologize. Stop playing the childish games. Okay. Davis, Sharpe's lawyer, said that the evidence placed a clear picture. This was consensual adult relationship that included role-playing, sexual language, and fantasy scenarios initiated by the plaintiff. The retired tight end and the plaintiff met in 2023 at a Los Angeles gym when the woman was just 20 years old. Okay, correction. She was 20. She wasn't 19. According to the civil complaint. That makes it 1 year better. The woman's lawyer, Tony Busby, said in a statement that the texts were merely a distraction by Sharpe's legal team. Every text that Mr. Sharpe's counsel released today were purportedly from Jane Doe are dated prior to the alleged brutal assault set forth in the Jane Doe's case. Now, your name ain't Jane Doe. We all know you Gabrielle. So I'm going to start saying Gabrielle. Those texts were obviously released in an effort to distract the public's attention from the allegations in Gabrielle's lawsuit. It won't work. Now, what text messages are we talking about? Let's get into it. Sharpe categorically denies the allegation and is ready for the legal fight. David said, pointing to the alleged text as proof that his client did nothing wrong. David said that Sharpe and the accuser had consensual sex up until January 2nd, 2025, the day after she allegedly asked for $25,000 per cheek in a message. The text wrote, "I know you missed this big juicy ass." Excuse my language, I'm just reading. "This big juicy ass, $25K per cheek," she allegedly wrote, according to the 44 pages of text Sharpe of text that Sharpe's legal team released. Before that message, Sharpe wished her a happy new year and said if she sent him 50,000, she could come over to his house. That's funny. He said if she sent him 50 grand, she could come over to his house. Yo, Sharpe. Hey, yo, shit.
Wait, hold on. If she sent him 50 grand, can she come over to Shay's house?
Yes. It says before that message, Sharpe wished her a happy new year and said if she sent him 50 grand, she could come over to his house. That man Sharpe wanted a refund on all the content. Said I've been a friend. He said I've been a fan. I want my money back. That's why I guarantee you that's why she asked for 25K per cheek. And she was probably responding to his BS. Like, bro, like, come on, get out of here. I'm a prostitute. You gonna ask for 50K for me to come see you? I'm a high, like you said, a high-end, high clientele. I got, and more than likely, Shannon Sharpe ain't the only one that was paying for some stuff.
Yeah.
You think I'm finna go out my way to give you 50K to come over and see
Shannon Sharpe was wanting a refund.
No, that's what I'm saying. My boy wanted to roll back on all this stream. That account. It said, dang, I done spent over 70 grand on Gabrielle. I'm trying to get at least 50K of that back. Straight up.
But my thing is, only as we know, Shay, he cheap. So this doesn't really surprise me or whatever.
He's back. Yeah, he definitely cheap for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see. It says Jane Doe's lawyer hit back with the release text claiming all reporting took place before the alleged assault. Other adult-only texts released by Sharpe's team include when Jane Doe allegedly texted Sharpe a photo of a woman tied up in a compromising position and wrote on March 5th, 2023, tie me up like this and F me, with Sharpe replying, if I knew how to, I would. She allegedly wrote back, it's okay, I have handcuffs. We can stick to those for now. Shannon, your old self didn't know how to tie down no dominatrix? Come on, man. You can't be old messing with the young girls and you can't keep up with the young girls' fetishes now, bro. You gotta these young girls are into all types of crazy stuff, Shannon. I bet what Monique say you weren't ready for that round 4. That round 4 come around, you need some eggs and cheeses and some toast.
But my thing is, you would think Shay, which is weird that we're talking about this. You would think Shay that would know how to hog tie because he from the South, he from the country South or whatever. But that's neither here nor there or whatever. But it's like Monique was saying, they want to be this, they want to be that, they want to be. I've heard some stories. Some stories. The girl was like, I was hung up like cattle. I'm like, what? Like, he don't understand that.
You're just gonna
like he don't understand like
and you're just
like he don't understand that at all. So it's like, you know, like he probably looked at it like the picture that you just posted. He was probably looking at her like that, like what?
Yeah.
No, girl, what?
Yeah. I mean, hey, them yeeks.
Man.
Them yeeks is crazy.
It could be I can understand some convincing probably could have been done.
Nah, but you know what the craziest thing about all of this is, bro? Is that bro told her straight, she said straight up. Where is that? Okay, it's in the other text message. We ain't even got to them text messages yet.
Bro, Lonnie calling me right now.
Tell her, in fact, I'm gonna send Lonnie an invite to the show. Hold on. Pick up for Lonnie. Hold on, let me see what my boy talking about. That's crazy. We gotta have Lonnie on this, John. Hold on. My boy, you still there? All right, hold on. Let me get right. Let me remove you from stay. Add you back on. Yo, you still there? Yo. You good? You still there? Can you hear me? Yo. Ryan. So yeah, man, back to the meat and potatoes. Got Lonnie on here. Lonnie ended up joining, bro. Shout out Lonnie for being here, man. But we're gonna get right back into these text messages. My boy, and I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how I feel about like Shannon Sharpe's counsel telling him to release these text messages. Because I just feel like, honestly, like some of the stuff that they talking about just don't make bro look good, like at all. Like as far as like the sexual stuff, bro. Like my man told her straight up, "That's my daddy. If I want you, put a big black baby in me. You better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." Then he says, then she straight up tell the nigga, bro, this is crazy because this is from Shannon Sharpe legal team, so we only seeing the messages she sending him, and that's some BS to me. But she says, and this is kind of graphic, you know what I mean? I don't want people to think this type of stuff I stand for. It's a little graphic. But she says straight up, I think this was in the other text message. Hold on, let me see. She says, I want some of that hardcore BDSM action. And I'm feeling kind of freaky lately. You still got my handcuffs. So this is all what she writing to him. Now, granted, like I feel like going back to Ryan's point, the text messages does come off as very consensual. But I do think it's very shady that we don't see Shannon Sharpe's replies to hardly any of these messages. Like, plus we don't know the dialogue and everything that's going on. But that's why we're going to go ahead and play Shannon Sharpe's audio that's been leaked to the public.
Say you're just going to like get mad at and you're just going to hang up on me. So I feel like.
I'm not going to hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke the out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
Bomba clock.
All right. Now check it. Now, Shannon could be putting out those text messages just to show that she into that BDSM stuff. But, hey, bro, that sounded a little off to me, bro.
Yeah.
Just a little off to me, gang. And like, I don't know. I don't know how I would feel like if that was my sister and she says, I don't want to be choked. And bro says, well, you have no choice in the matter. That right there is just like, like all of the playful stuff in the beginning, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to choke the shit out of you, blah, 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 whatever. But when she says, I don't want to be choked, and you follow up and say, you have no choice in the matter. Now, granted, this could be a manipulated, edited clip. You know, that's what some people in the media are saying. This could be manipulation. It could be half and half. You know, we only getting one side of the phone call. But all I heard was her say, I don't want to be choked. And the dude said, you have no choice in the matter. How y'all feel about that, bro? I just know for me, like, I just feel like a line was crossed right there, Shay. Like, right there is where the biggest line was crossed.
I mean, to your point exactly, like, I know that they said that the full voice, like, message was not released. So that's just only part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like, it can always be something like going back to like even the AI interview when he was like, you know, practice, but they never showed the full detail of why he was talking about practice because he lost his homeboy. So yeah. it could go back to that. Like it can go back to like what the full message in the beginning of the message where she might be talking about like yeah, you know, I want you to doggone choke me, and then it goes later on in the middle of the message where like, fuck it, I don't want you to doggone choke me, and then he says it. It can either go either way. Like I ain't defending him, but from that message when he's talking, it's just like, damn, bro, like you fucked up.
But that's why I said it feel like bro going out his way to stay relevant to her.
Yeah,
because it's like bro, if she really that young, if you really that if you really that big or whatever, bro, it's nothing to cut her off. It's nothing to like stop dealing with that habit and going on to something else. But the fact that like there's conversations, there's videos, there's text messages, these two had a whole live real relationship. They were dating. Even if they never wanted to call each other boyfriend or girlfriend, if you out there spending that much time with each other, I mean, spending thousands and thousands of dollars, and you didn't even hear this, Lonnie, $25K per cheek, what she asking for, Shannon Sharpe saying, you pay me $50K, I'll let you in the crib. So I don't know how far or how much money each of them has probably spent on each other. You know what I mean? Who knows? But I know I'm not spending money on she is a sex worker, but I wouldn't be spending money on no shorty I care about. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I care about, but I don't care about. Like I wouldn't just keep spending money on her. She's a sex worker. You clearly care. If she bold enough to ask you for money multiple times, she telling you what she wants you to do. Y'all obviously having sex raw because she's saying I want you to nut at me and I want to have your baby. Like these are the type the shorty said I want to lick your butthole and then marry you. This is her words to Shannon. But Shannon talking about I don't even know what to do about that.
I want to know what she said to him for him to react where he said, talk about what you was trying to do to me. That's what I want to know. Because he stated, hey, she never stated what she did to me. So like, yeah, we got text messages and audio, but like what the hell really happened? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay, so they fell out because Shannon Sharpe got caught on live smashing another shorty while they were dating. And that's where the origin
that when he was on IG.
When he was on IG, yeah. Hey, so according to what the report is saying, once she found out about that, she started like not trusting them. Basically, they was falling out, having small spats. Fast forward to today, it obviously done grew over time to a point to where she like, nah, I'm about to run this man whole pocket. So, I mean, this is his response though, you know. Hold on, let me.
And from the heart, this is a shake. To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Shout out to the New York Post for that clip. And even the previous clip was TMZ. I don't own any of the content. I'm gonna put the links obviously to, the videos in the description, etc. But yeah, guys, that's Shannon Sharpe's response. This morning he released a text out saying that my statement is found here and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. At this juncture, I am electing to step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I will be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false allegations and false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, friends, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe. So my thing is this. If the video that they trying to release that Shannon Sharpe talking about that he wish he had is a sex tape, and that if he would have had it, he would have released it already, that's shaky warrior water right there, bro. But if it's enough in there to vindicate what he's talking about, then I think we got to take into consideration. I mean, the fact that he's so willing to drop a sex tape to prove his innocence, I think does work in his favor. But at the same time, guys, you only in these positions unless you put yourself in them.
Facts.
Yeah, you're right about that.
If you put yourself in these positions, he messing with a girl that he couldn't even take to the bar. He couldn't even take her to the bar if he wanted to because she didn't have the ID eligible to get in. She wasn't 21 years old. She was 20. So when you date in that age group, it's like what Monique said to him. You're going to end up getting bit, bro. You old, bro. Like, what do you think that you have to offer her outside of money and sex that would make it make sense for you to have a longevity relationship with her? Like, people look at Bill Belichick because Bill Belichick married some supermodel or whatever, some young girl, and they question that. And I'm like, look, these old dudes who are single and whatever, they're not trying to marry nobody 60, 70, 80. They grew up with those shorties. They know all of those shorties. And they couldn't get them. They could have sex with them, but they couldn't marry them. Because if they could, they already be married. Like, I always heard from my moms, it's a red flag if you meet a girl and she in her 30s and she got no kids, no divorce, no boy. Like, that's a red flag. Like, you need to watch out for that. It's a red flag if you a grown man, 50, 60 years old, no marriage, no real dating history. You just got a sexual history. Like, bro, that's a red flag. So there's only one thing I could really want from you, and that's the cheese. That's it. I mean, she fine.
I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
she fine.
She fine.
if it ain't, I ain't going.
But I'm just saying, like, $50,000 fine. I mean, I guess when you got it like that, you spend it like that. But $50K? I don't know. I'm gonna have Marcellus Wiley give us a little bit more details.
We're on this Shannon.
Shout out to Marcellus Wiley. I'm not gonna play all of it.
The best storytellers remember 11th, 2024 last year, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and let him tell us a little bit more
really
details.
Can give fuel to this case if you're the plaintiff, Gabriella Zuniga. So let's start here because I think the spirit of the relationship changed when that audio on Instagram Live was leaked September 11th, 2024 last year, right? So remember that happened and supposedly they were in a relationship, at least to Gabriella, and she mentions 2 dates in October and January of SA, right? So after September and that violation to their relationship, the spirit of their relationship changed. Now let's fast forward to December. Because if you go to December, you can see some of the exchanges, and it's a lot of guilt being placed from Gabriella to Shannon for cheating on her. Then we get to this, and it gets gangsta. January 1st, there's a lot of conversation about money. And the money goes from $10,000 to $50,000. I can show you all these texts, but we'll be here all day. Point being, there's a lot of back and forth between Shannon Sharpe and Gabriella about money. And she's demanding it, basically, going from $10,000 to $25,000 a cheek and sending some nudes, etc. Show me the money. Cash App. I ain't got Cash App. Well, you're going to have to show me a picture of the money, etc. But then this is where it gets sticky. You get to this. And if you can't read it, I'll read it for you. It says, this is from Gabriella to Shannon. But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my bum. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Then.
Okay. Fellas. I told you to put a condom on. You didn't do it. I told you not to stick it in my butt. And you did it anyway. I don't care how long we known each other. No mean no. Look. This is the messages that she's sending him. That's why I wanted to play Marcellus, because Marcellus break it down a little bit more. But he put it in her butt with no condom on. And she said no.
And she follows it up with, I don't know how to process this. And then Shannon follows up and says, can I call you later? Now we're going to spend a little time on this.
Now think about that, bro. She calls him out on text. Bro, this makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't know how I feel about this. I told you not to do this and you did it anyway. No means no. And Shannon says, all right, look, let me call you. I don't know how I feel about that. That's dicey, bro. It's dicey. And that's why I said.
What was his response to that text message?
I'll call you later.
It'd be like, I think what he was saying was because he knew damn well what she was doing, like putting it on, like making a track record, like putting it on paper, like making, hey, this is evidence.
This was the digital footnote you was talking about earlier.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a digital footnote.
Yeah.
So that's why Lonnie beat me to it, because when I seen the text messages or whatever, I ain't gonna lie, I'm too smart to let a woman try to get over on me, because I'm always thinking don't trust nobody.
Facts.
And I would have probably been the same way. I'm like, she trying to get me.
Yeah, son ain't right. But
however,
you can't get somebody if you ain't got nothing to get on.
Okay, I feel that. It could have been a trap. Or, because you got to think about it too. She a sex worker. Probably ain't the first time she took it in the ass. I don't even think taking it in the butt was really the biggest issue.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue is bro did it without a condom.
Yeah.
Now, anybody that knows sex workers, bro, knows that doing things without a condom to a sex worker is almost like a complete violates like the law that they like, because like if you work in Vegas as a sex worker, you have to like get tested every week. Like it's like a law about like with the whole condom thing. So she being a sex worker, bro, and saying, bro, I told you to put a condom on and you didn't put a condom on, whether she was trying to set him up or not, bro didn't deny it. Because here's the thing. He denied other stuff in text messages between them back and forth. How about you come send me the 50,000 or blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't know what to do with that. But then now when I call you out on doing some stuff that actually messes with me mentally, you don't have no response, but call me later. It could be Shannon Sharpe's trying to avoid the trap, or it could also be Shannon Sharpe. And I got to be careful what I said, because like I said, I am Team Shannon. I pray to God none of it is true. I've said this earlier. But it also could be Shannon Sharpe feeling guilty and not knowing what to put in words on the text message and saying, look, I'm going to call you later because this is a conversation we need to have over the phone, because it'd just be a lot easier for me to talk. Because for a relationship to be so built off of text messages, OnlyFans messages, and DMs, this is the time you don't want to really respond to me. I don't know. Like, I see both sides. Yeah, it could have been a trap, but she a sex worker, gang. And that law with the whole condom is like a real thing. Like, if you really look that up, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's dicey for me. Now, if the condom thing wasn't a real thing, if it wasn't a law thing or whatever, based off of sex workers, I wouldn't even trip. I wouldn't even trip because I would see it the same way y'all see it. Oh, it's just a trap, blah, blah, blah. But because I know girls who have OnlyFans, girls who work in the industry, blah, blah, blah. I know them personally. This is a big issue in their industry. And they don't be quiet on when they confront the people that do it. So that's why I say it's a yin of yang on there. Like, it's a big yin of yang. I'm going to let Marcellus wrap up the last bit part of it, and I'm going to take him off.
Because this is a bad thing if you're Shannon Sharpe because of this. One, you can smell that this is for record. You can smell that this, if you want to go there, is for the setup. This is for the shakedown. Or you can say, oh, no, she's just being explicit and she's just being open, and that's their relationship. But this is where I'm like, oh, man. You say all of this, and it's pretty detailed, but I cried. Okay, so you're going to show some emotional distress. When you left, because I begged, okay, you to put a condom on. So showing that, hey, there was conversation and I was explicit. I was adamant about it, okay? Walk with me, because at the end of this video, you're going to understand why I'm breaking this one text down. And not put it in my and you didn't listen, okay? So now we're showing defiance. I don't care what our history is. No means no. Right there, you can stop, right? Nail the coffin, right? Dead to rights. You can say all of that, but then this is where it gets, Shannon. Okay, don't make any mistakes, no confusion. I'm talking to Shannon Sharpe on this one, okay? So this message could be clipped, framed, and this could be the whole case right here. Okay, let's get up out of there. So that's January 2nd. All of a sudden, early February, you get a demand letter. That's what, remember we talked about this last video. There's only two paths. There's a demand letter, and then we're going to mediate quietly, or there's no demand letter, and we're going to talk about this and have a settlement publicly. Or we're going to go to trial. This one, I think, is going to trial, y'all, because of what happens during this process in February. The demand letter sent from her lawyer, Bugsby. Mediation with different lawyers. This is interesting. Shannon had different lawyers for a 6-week mediation. Now, meanwhile, think about it. This is February to April, because in April, all of a sudden, we all know about this case that's been filed. So February, March, to get us to now. Shannon's offering her 10 plus million or 10 million minimum, plus million. Could have been 10, it could have been more, according to his new lawyer, who wasn't there for this negotiation like the old lawyers were. Why you switch lawyers? That's a conversation on for itself. Now, Shannon is offering her $10 million, and y'all can say that's guilt. That's not guilt. No, y'all can say, oh, he's guilty, that's why he's doing it. No. You know why what's also happening right now that no one knows, including Gabriella? That he's negotiating a $100 million plus deal for his podcast, as it's going to expire in contract with the volume. So Shannon around February, March is doing both of these things. And still going on air, still doing Nightcap, and nobody knows none of this. Only 20 people in this world know this. Gabriella and her team, Shannon and his old team. Think about that. So why did Shannon Sharpe offer $10 million to her? Because he's like, I'm about to get 100 plus. So maybe it's going to now feel like, to me, 90, but no one knows about this issue, incident, and my reputation stays the same. We continue 6 weeks through this mediation. Shannon, in one hand, is keeping it closed because he knows he got 100 million. And this other hand, he's keeping it closed because he's going to just throw her 10, cut off 10 from the 100. We had 90. A $90 million deal for close.
All right, sweet. Shout out to Marcellus for that. If y'all want to check out the rest, y'all can check out his video. I'm going to keep it in the description. But I just liked his the way he broke it all down and kind of gave us a more bigger picture of what's going on. But with that being said, though, fellas, like, my biggest issue from what I've learned so far watching this, listening to Shannon Sharpe, all of that, is that the man obviously I mean, from changing the lawyers, there's definitely something going on here, bro.
Yeah.
There's definitely something going on here, bro. To just, I mean, it could be a money grab for her. Literally, it literally could be a money grab, but it's not a money grab without something happening. And that's my whole point. Something went down. Like, it's just too much. It's too much. Now, granted, I know Shannon Sharpe said he gonna take it to court, saying he got evidence that he's yet to release and etc. But it's just too much audio and text messages and sex tapes and digital footprints of them two interacting so much, and then them arguing through text, and them like him apologizing so much to her about cheating on her. Like, a lot of these like relationships with these older dudes and these younger girls get abusive around that time period. And I'm not saying he ever abused her or any of that, but I do know when I've spoken to girls who's dealt with older men, I mean, they come from a different generation. And we spoke on this a little bit in the earlier video. Like, some of these dudes put their hands on their shorty. Some of these dudes are very rude and etc. That's why I said if you up in that age group and you ain't married or nothing, that's a flag, low key, for any single woman that's under the age of 30, to be honest. But what do y'all think, man? Where y'all head at? Did he do it or did he not?
I'm still on the train of he didn't do it, because again, when she released that 30-second clip,
yeah,
whatever, she says, "I don't like when you choke me," and he was like, "Yes, you do." To be honest with you, it's kind of weird, it's kind of awkward. But also, to be honest with you, it sounds like role playing to me. It sounds like role playing.
It sounds like you never know what happened in the beginning of the clip. Like, if she was like, "Yeah, I want you to choke me," and then he says, "No, I don't want," like, but I don't know though. Like I said, I don't know. Like, to me,
like I said, we want to hear the whole clip.
Yeah.
Like you said, what got up to that point or whatever. No one just comes out of nowhere. Even if it wasn't role playing, nobody comes out of nowhere and says, "I'm gonna choke you." You say that again? I'm just gonna choke you. Like, I mean, Lonnie might do that with his boyfriend, but nobody like just comes out of nowhere and just says that or whatever. And like I said, we got to see the rest of the clip. Like I said,
yeah, we definitely need more details.
It might be role playing. Lonnie's well versed in role playing with his guys, so he would give you more info about that.
Hey, listen. When he was talking about getting in the butt, they should have just called you. They should have just called you.
I know who you would have probably called. You would have called John Amici, and you would have called Lil Nas X. You would have been like, "It's ready, Lil Nas, come get me."
He would have loved it. He actually liked Shannon Sharpe.
But no, I don't. After hearing everything, I'm actually gonna give a reformed opinion. Right?
Okay.
So like, I've been thinking. I see it one of two ways. One way, Shannon Sharpe's 100% innocent. This 100% a shakedown, and Tony Busby just going for the cash.
Yeah, because he offered $10 million. She found out about the $100 million deal, turned the $10 million down, and now that she want $50 million now or some shit?
Yeah, she had $50 million right now. But
she found out about the new deal, and now I don't want $10 million. I want $50 million.
Though, right? I look at it. I would have done the same thing though. Like, if I found out a dude, like if it's a shorty, like same scenario, a shorty did me wrong and she about to make $100 million, and she trying to give me 10 to keep me quiet and never mentioned the $100 million this whole time. The day that I find out, I'm going for that 50 too. Like, I don't see, like, I don't blame her because first off, she's a sex worker. So her going for the money to me don't take away from anything because that's what they do. Like all sex workers think about is cheese and sex. So it's like her going for the guttler on the money ain't even that big of a deal to me. The thing that I can't resonate with, and whether it was role play or not, in the audio when bruh says you don't have no choice, like that you don't have no choice, it stuck with me. Like it stuck with me the whole time. Because like I said, if I had a sister, which I do, if my sister, boyfriend or whatever was talking on the phone with her, and she like, well, no, I don't want to be choked. And he says, yeah, you do. And you ain't got no choice either. You're going to get choked. I'm gonna want to jump through the phone and beat his ass.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
But my thing is also is like, let's be real. All three of us on this panel got on this pod got sisters.
Yeah, we all got sisters.
And if someone was talking crazy like that to any of our sisters, don't you think common sense would click in and be like, hey, why the fuck you talking to me like that? Like, don't fucking talk to me like that. She didn't.
Yeah, but she young though, gang. She 19, 20, 21, 22.
But I mean, at that point, you do know if you're getting disrespected, right?
Yeah, but think about it, right? Like, if their relationship is what it is, where it's like he's the dom and the dominatrix, she not gonna step out of turn to that nigga. She not gonna talk. It's within the, and that's why it goes back to that role play stuff where I say it could be role play because she did it. I feel like that's the reason why he exposed the text, because she's into BDSM and she's into dominatrix. Yeah. And so her not responding could her not be responding to her dom. So like, and that's a whole thing. Like, you don't disrespect your dom, you don't talk against your all that. Like, that's a whole thing. So it's just dicey. That's why I say I can see it only one or two ways. At the end of the day, Shannon Sharpe says this 10-minute sex tape is gonna prove his innocence. I hope that the court don't got to go through 10 minutes of watching Shannon Sharpe have sex.
Or just talking dirty or whatever. Like,
no, we don't want to see that.
Lonnie might hear that. Lonnie, he like his man friends to talk dirty to him and everything. So he probably gonna be like, come on, what is it coming on? Let me hear it or whatever. And playing with.
Look, all I'm saying is,
look, I probably am in trouble for the last video. So like,
look, it's all raw, real and authentic.
Not to get cancer because I got more to lose right now.
Yes. One more for the bad guy.
Sorry, man. I'm over here fighting these sinuses right now. That pollen kicking my tail while I'm outside. Pollen kicking my tail, but this is where I get the best.
The key is to start taking the medicine like before pollen season. Yeah. That's the key. Like, that's the key. Like, get it in your system before pollen season. Now, and that's how I've been beating it.
Let me tell you something. Now we talk about making some. We talk about making some real money. You talk about making some real money. You gotta understand to the extent.
This right here is a conversation. Shout out once again, Club Shay. This is the nightcap. Between Chad and Shannon Sharpe. It's like maybe a year or two ago, where them two were talking about Joe Smith because his wife got an OnlyFans and she a prostitute or whatever. And so she basically telling him like, I'm doing this because you ain't bringing in no cheese. I'm gonna let the video play, but in this video, Shannon Sharpe admits that he would date an OnlyFans model, and that's the only reason why this.
Years, Keisha Chavis shared a footage and reaction discovering her fans page. Let's take a listen to them discussing it.
I can't believe I'm sitting here just finding out you got an OnlyFans page. Out of all these years, y'all.
I have an
Disrespectful,
OnlyFans
first of all.
page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding
But
out about it.
I'm not doing it with anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you my choice, my body, my fucking choice?
I'm your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to
Joe,
me.
I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book.
Damn. He doesn't care. He said, I don't care how much money she's making.
Before they get into it, I gotta get into that. Yo,
That's crazy.
Shorty said, I've been asking you to do something for months. You ain't made no way, so I had to make a way. Yo. I'm only doing it with myself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey.
Dang.
She used to live in a certain lifestyle, player. It's that. Hey, look. Before I let them get into that, this is a key point to all men. It's not about how you meet her, bro. Like, it's not about like how she is. No, it's where you met her at and who she was when you met her, bro.
Yep.
Means a whole lot to how things are gonna play out in the future, bro. Straight up. Where you met her at and what she was doing when you met her, it'll tell you a whole lot, bro. Anyway, I'm gonna let them, because I wonder where Joe Smith met his wife at. Because clearly, is she that open to pop it for some cheese? Probably met her at the strip club.
Bro, I was about to say at the club.
At the club.
That's where he probably met her. I mean, what did Joe Smith? He played with the Hawks. That's when his prime.
He played with the Hawks. He played with the Bucks.
Okay, his prime, where he was like, kind of doing okay numbers when he was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Private stripper.
Yeah, that's my whole point.
Yeah.
Hey.
Fan. He's upset because she's doing it behind his back and he sees it as a smack in his face. Keisha is a former adult actress who went by the name Yasmin Penday.
Okay. Hello.
Like,
bro,
come on, like,
bro. What do you mean? There's money issues. She was already doing porn before you met her. Like, what do you think she gonna do to get the cheese?
Yeah, you threw some NBA money at her. She got out of that lifestyle. Y'all obviously fell in love, or at least was in love at one point in time. And you introduced her to that NBA money, and you got her out of that lifestyle.
She doing
money running dry.
She just
money running dry. What do you think she naturally gonna revert back to what was making her money the easy way or whatever, and just pretty much doing porn, right? I mean,
doing porn. They didn't even. Sorry to all the strippers out there. She didn't meet him in the strip club. She met her doing porn
in Atlanta. Wow.
In Atlanta. She met him fondling another man's.
Hey, Lonnie, didn't you used to live in Atlanta? Like the gayest part of Atlanta too? Like, yeah. Did you? It's just a yes or no question. I got CTE, bro. So like, didn't you tell me that?
He like, I remember you being there.
Yeah. Right. For work, or that's what you would say. And you fell on a dildo or something? I don't know.
Bro, shut your gay ass up. Fuck it, I don't care if they fire me.
Oh, you don't care?
No, listen.
No cap. Don't lose your job, Lonnie. Don't lose your job, Lonnie, man. Don't lose your job.
No.
That's Yasmin?
Man, stop, Ocho.
Hey, yo, Ocho messed up talking about some. That's Yasmin? Oh, that's what she is? That's crazy work.
Yeah, he fucked up.
That's Yasmin? She looked different. That's crazy. But listen, I support it because listen, the key words to what she says. See, fellas, I know you listen. If you listen at home, you got to pay attention to the signs. Women, they won't tell you everything, but they give you context clues. And the context clue that she just gave is, I've been talking to you and asking for solutions, and you didn't help fix the problem. So what did she go do? Obviously, the solution or the problem was it was money issues. So what did she have to go do? She went and only started the OnlyFans to make up for the solution or the problem that he couldn't fix. It's pretty simple. It ain't rocket science. That's what it is. And I can't even say that because
is that an example of deaf do like through rich and poor? Like, I'm gonna be with you and make sure we straight, even if that means selling my vagina.
But that's your wife.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's my wife. I don't want nobody looking at that but me. But she's already been looked at.
True. Everybody I'm pretty sure all of Atlanta have seen it or whatever. So, but again, it's like it's an ego thing with men. He gets with his buddies or whatever and be like, and they talking and hey man, you know your wife doing porn again. Like, and how he probably found out like that, to be honest with you. Like, to be real with you. He found out like that. And
one of the homies.
Yeah. And it's like, and the homies just looking out, like, I don't know if you ain't mentioned it, but he had to find out like that or whatever. I'm not saying
her never telling him it's messed up for sure.
Yeah, that's a little messed up. You could have at least told him or whatever. And then he could have solved the problem. Like, you know what? Look, I was in NBA. Let's use my name to get some sponsorships or get some ad revenue or get you on a show or something or whatever. So you ain't gotta do. I mean, come on now. Cardi B was in the strip club. Like, then she got a little rap tune and like she one of the biggest women artists in the world right now. Like, there's more avenues nowadays to make money, especially if you're in that type of celebrity status, being married to Joe or whatever. And to be honest with you, some people don't think his career was that crazy, but he's like kind of an Atlanta legend, to be real with you.
Yeah, no, Joe Smith was like that. Hold on.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know he played in the NBA he had a good career. Yeah. He played in the NBA for 16 seasons.
Yeah. So let's use my name. You want to be in entertainment? We'll get you some good entertainment or whatever. But this route, we ain't got to go.
We ain't got to. I mean, that's why I felt him when he said, nah, not this way. This ain't the way to do it. But at the same time, bro, you got to remember where you met him and how you met him, bro.
True.
She was a thought when you met her, bro.
He can't be that mad that she did that.
Facts. You can't be. That's like if I'm dating a shorty and I can't provide, or I'm married to a shorty, I can't provide, and she was a door dasher or she was a waitress and she go back to waitressing and door dashing because that's the first thing she knew before we got. I can't get mad at her for doing that. And that's why I said, if anything, if she's really doing everything just by herself after having a porn career, like if her OnlyFans is just her messing with herself, she doing him a service, bro. Cause she used to it being all over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
she ain't no men running through her or anything. She just by herself. And to be honest with you, let's keep it a stack. The men out here will pay for anything. Like he, to be honest with you, he probably wouldn't even have to work. To be real with you, how these OnlyFans models and porn stars are getting paid. So he could have just been chilling and just taking care of the simple shit.
The average OnlyFans model, I think, make like $15K. Like trending one a month, $15K a month.
That's enough to pay the bill. That's enough to get. I mean, I don't know if they're in a like mansion type deal. I'm pretty sure they're in like a nice house or whatever. That could pay all the bills, like all the bills or whatever.
And what you want to do.
There's the kicker. Stay with me real quick. Listen, I'm not even trying to be funny. I wouldn't lie to you. But my OnlyFans was, this is the thing. In order to get on, you got to pay $25.
Chad talking about
OnlyFans. When you met her,
right?
What was she?
Okay.
And you realize, oh
man,
man,
that was
got...
on you on Twitch, man. You playing, you like Kai, you like Kai and Ninja and Booga.
No, you're not understanding. No, you're not understanding what I did. This is the way I knew I could find a little loophole, because I'm pretending like I'm on OnlyFans, and it's like, you know, me doing crazy stuff. But yeah, no, I got Twitch already. I'm talking about OnlyFans. I'm telling you how I made about 285,000 in one day.
My thing, here's the thing, Ocho. Joe, when you met her,
that's a lot of money.
Right?
What was she?
Oh, don't do that.
You must accept. No, do not accept the person as they are. Accept them as you find them, not as you wish them to be.
Yo,
that's rule number.
Hey, Ox spitting right there though.
Yeah.
You gotta expect them as you find them, not what you want them to be. Straight up. Straight up. I mean, but then that goes into a lot of what's going on right now. Shannon, if it's a shakedown, you should have expected this, bro.
Yeah.
You should have expected it how you found her. She acted how you found her, OnlyFans model, asking for 25K a cheek, asking for 10K, asking for, what do you think is going to happen when she find out she can get the millions?
She gonna go for the millions.
Come on, bro.
Preacher. A man or a woman as you find them, not as you wish them to be.
Facts.
You'll never have a problem. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, if I date somebody, I don't got no problem.
Right.
But I understand that's what she did. Now we're gonna have a conversation. Okay, how much longer do you want to do this? And what do you hope to accomplish by doing this? I understand. You're making money, you're on your own, but now we're in a different place. Like you said, she said, Joe, I've been asking you for solutions for this, and you gave me none, so I found one on my own.
Right.
You cannot expect to get a house cat and think it's a zebra. It was a cat when you brought it in the house.
Right. Come on now.
So I don't have a problem with what she's doing. Joe seems to have a problem because now everybody, I mean, y'all put it out there on social media, so we're going to talk about it. So now people are about to be in his business.
Okay, so that just goes into, we know he don't have no problem with it because he was clearly dating an OnlyFans model at the time that the video was being released. But you heard it himself. If he tried to make it, if I was to date an OnlyFans model, I want to ask her, what's her plans? Like, what's her ambition? What's her goals with it? I'm not necessarily mad at what she doing. That lets you know right there, bro. Like, it's like he got no problem. And that's why I say he might come out vindicated. Like, he might come out on top because he has no problem being open about his sex life, about his views on women, about like keep it 100. And that's the one thing I do say he got going for him is that he's known for keeping it 100. And like, hey, like he said, you can't expect her to be different from how you met her. She gorgeous, but she a sex worker.
Yep.
Any takes, guys? Any final takes?
I mean,
I just think. Go ahead, Lonnie. Let Lonnie go. You know, he well versed in domination.
It's all these accusations with like little bit of proof. I mean, it go back to like Ryan. You can relate to this. Like when Dwight Howard was in Charlotte and you was Kitty. It goes back to Charlotte. Like if there's no full blown evidence, it's hard to decode everything, bro. Like Ryan's situation was different than Shannon Sharpe, bro. Like, and I think, bro, I hope he didn't do it. I hope he innocent, bro. Like but from the looks of it and perception, bro, he guilty, bro.
I don't think he did it, bro. I just think this is just a woman's sport.
I don't think he raped her, but with that being said, like if she said don't put it in without a condom, it's like how can they perceive that in the courts?
Exactly, as rape because she's a sex worker. That's the thing. That's my biggest thing. Yeah. She told you to put a condom on, and you broke sex worker law 101 on purpose, and then stuck it in my butt. Like, bro, like there's no room for error in that. Like that whole story is just wild. Like,
let me ask you this though. I think the laws vary from state to state because I know in Texas, Lonnie can attest to this. With his men friend, it's condom or no condom, man. He's a sex worker. He's a male sex worker.
Yeah,
like, and he says it don't matter to him. I don't really know. So it depends where this happened to or whatever. I don't know.
From what I know, they
live in LA. So
yeah, from what I know, they met in California. So all could have went down in California, which does take away from the Las Vegas sex worker protection or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Ryan, you know about Vegas.
It's the mentality behind it. It's like, like if there was an instance where she looked at you and told you no, bro, and you did it anyway, that's rape. Even if it's in the smallest context. If she said no and you did it anyway, even if you didn't feel like she said no at the time, it doesn't take away from the fact that she did, and that's considered rape. That's what the law say. So by law sec, it's like, that's why I said it's so dicey. We got to see the full video. We need more context for sure. But
my thing is, even when it goes to court, the jury gonna be looking at it like, let's be honest, they're gonna be looking at it like, you're a sex worker. Should we really care about this? And that's kind of like, I mean, America is kind of like one of the lows of ways to make money, just being a prostitute, out on the street. In this case, it's a high-ranking prostitute. Lonnie, you know more about the tiers with the male prostitutes or whatever. You should can you just give us a little rundown, a little summary of how it goes or whatever?
Yeah, this man is hilarious, bro.
Y'all really hate you. I really hate you.
Hey, look. All right,
don't
y'all.
You go to Vegas all the time to be a part of the transvestite shows and shit? Like,
hey. Hey, y'all, look. I knew it was gonna go somewhere crazy. Hey, y'all, check it. This was the horse's mouth, man. We've come to conclusion. We 2-1. I think Shannon did it. As sad as it is for me to say, I love you, Shannon, dog. I don't want you to think I don't love you, bro. I got nothing but love for you. I was watching you.
We rooting for you. Well, I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, I was watching you before Undisputed when you was just making guest appearances on TV and whatnot. Like I've always been a fan of Shannon Sharpe. All right, still a fan. I watch Nightcap all the time.
Shannon,
But
if you want to do anal, Brian is right there waiting.
Hey man, what you in a hotel room watching two niggas jack off and shit?
No, we're not dropping that. We're not dropping that. Hey, look. We're not gonna put that on candid camera. We're not gonna put that on candid camera. Look, shout out to everybody, man. We're 2-1. Me and Lonnie think he did it. Ryan think he didn't do it. Shout out to Shannon Sharpe. Shout out to all of the sources that we had used today. New York Post. Sorry, y'all. I'm still kind of laughing in my head. New York Post. Club Shay. Shout out Marcellus Wiley. And shout out TMZ. And I really appreciate, you guys tuning in with us. This is the horse's mouth. If you like what you saw, subscribe, hit the alert, like button. Man, take us out of here, man.
Yeah, we fly. Just like rockets in the sky. Yeah, we fly. Just like rockets in the sky. We take off, we blast off, we stay up, we lift off, we too high, can't catch up, we too high, can't catch up. Yeah, we fly.